John Rasmus with Rasmus Gaming here. Shroudoftheavatar.com has changed a lot over the years. I'm a 2013 Kickstarter pledger. Let's take a look at the 2013 Kickstarter promises. That's the key focus of this video. Here's an old live stream, and what's the type of information they would be mentioning in these live streams? People that paid attention to them and watched them are people like me. And in them, they made promises. They wrote them down. There's multiple videos of them talking about these promises. These promises can be seen permanently using archive.org. This is an archived copy of the website, April 7th, 2013. And if you scroll down to the $100 pledge, and trust me, $100 isn't chump change. Most games charge $100 for the collector's Super Supreme Edition. But of course, Shroud of the Avatar goes above and beyond into a $10,000 Lord of the Manor tier. But I never reached that high, so I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to talk about are the two promises that were made. Now, I initially pledged at what I could afford at the time. I can't remember what it was. I think it was $50, Immortal Adventurer. And then, you know what? I was like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Virtual Collector comes with... Let's check this out. Whoa! Added 327. 2013. New rewards. Virtual Collector $100. Get your own family crest for display on your shield, tabard, and house flag. Made from a customized image uploaded by you. Thanks. Made by a customized image uploaded by you. Submitted art subject to developer approval. I submitted the art. It was approved on multiple occasions. Garriott got a committee together of fans, and they, as nerds will tend to do, acted like, oh my gosh, I'm the supreme clipboard king doorman and no one's getting through, yeah. So these people that perhaps were bullied in their life, they flipped the tables and started bullying people, but it didn't faze me. I got my artwork through after I submitted it like 3-4 times. And it was a skull and crossbones with an hourglass underneath it. And maybe I'll talk about that in the future. I don't know what's going on with this, but it's pretty annoying. Okay, back to the subject at hand. People that plopped $100 down, and trust me, I was down in the $50 range. But I didn't want virtual items, but I most definitely wanted this custom family crest. So what I did was I got this is Virtual Collector. What I did was I got the collector, because I wanted the physical goods. So I plopped an extra $50 on top of the $100. So I upgraded from $50 up to $150 for the singular purpose of getting the physical goods, like a coin, a collector's coin, and some cool stuff like that. But the actual reason, no joke, 100% I'm dead serious, the reason I upgraded is because of this Family Crest bonus. I was stoked. I drew it. It took me a long time. I put it through Paint Shop Pro for many hours. I put it through Inkscape to make it nice and smooth. I made multiple versions. It was approved on 2 different occasions. And I hear that they're not going to keep this promise. That it's just, we're sitting on $10 million. Let's see what they're sitting on. Let's take a look at what Shroud of the Avatar is sitting on right now. Now, I understand a lot of this money, well, I wouldn't say a lot. I would say I understand some of this money has been spent on the development of the game, but they have $11.4 million. This is the second most successful crowd-funded game in the history of games, period. Star Citizen being number one, having raised over $100 million. But number two is Shroud of the Avatar with over $11 million. And they're trying to tell me, via word on the street on the forums, and I literally just go to the forums, I'm fed up because of this news. I hear every time I go to the forums, it's just bad news. Someone tells me, oh, they scrapped that. Well, you can't scrap it because it's a Kickstarter promise. You see, I pledged on Kickstarter in 2013 and upgraded in 2013. Specifically, I upgraded from 50 to 150 for the physical goods. But what really motivated me was the custom Family Crest for display on your shield, tabard and house flag, made from a customized image uploaded by you, submitted art subject to developer approval. It was approved on 2 separate occasions, and now they're telling me it's not approved and they lost it. Whoops, we lost it. Yeah, that excuse doesn't fly with me. Why doesn't it fly? Because you have $11.4 million raised. And because you made this contractual promise to the original royal founders, which are the original, super original 2013 Kickstarter founders, which founded and pledged and gave money to this game before anyone knew he would even reach the Kickstarter amount. So the people that, you got to understand, these live streams, all right? I could find the archives. There are multiple hours of them talking about the rewards, okay? That's what a lot of these videos are, answering questions. And the rewards are a great subject in these Q&A developer hangouts. And I guarantee you, in these developer hangouts, they talk about getting your own family crest for display on your shield, tabard, and house flag made from a custom image designed by you. Now let's fast forward to when I upgraded again. I'll tell you the number one reason why I upgraded a second time. Believe it or not, this may just be bad luck, but they're sitting on $11.4 million. That's not exactly chump change, all right? They made a promise at the developer level. And what was the other promise they have yet to keep? And it's a base reward. Help create and name a character in the game. Name an NPC and maybe give it some dialogue. Maybe say if you want it to be a merchant or a guard, or maybe the hair color. Just something very vague, not extreme customization. Just help create and name a character in the game. You gotta understand, this is $400, all right? I've never purchased a collector's edition of any game in my life that even came close to $400. That's a lot of money to plop down. 4 C notes, that's big money to a small gamer that can barely afford. You know, I got the Diablo Collector Edition, I got the Star Wars The Old Republic Collector Edition, I got the Warhammer Collector Edition, I think I got maybe a World of Warcraft Collector Edition at one point. I did get the Ultima Online Charter Edition. I might have a couple other collector editions. They never exceeded $100, maybe $150 tops. So $400 is a lot of money to dish out. Help create and name a character in the game. I even said, you know what? I'm gonna, respecting your time, So I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm not going to help create anything. I know you guys are busy. How about you just name an NPC for me? How about the name is Melkal Mur. It's an obscure Icelandic name derived from Melchior. And Melchior is a magi character. So the Icelandic version of Melchior is Melkalmur. And I wanted to name a character, just a random NPC in the game, Melkalmur. They're sitting on $11.4 million. I guarantee you it would take no more than 5 or 10 minutes for them to name an NPC in the game Melkalmur. Not only did I plop $400 down, but yeah, years went by. Maybe 1 year to 2 years, 1.5, whatever the case may be. I did want to upgrade to Knight because I wanted to be Sir Rasmus. So I am Sir Rasmus. I plopped $750 down to be Sir Rasmus because I wanted the Knight house, and I wanted whatever it came with. You got to understand, there are more bonuses on top that can't be seen here. You had to be logged in to the website to see the extra Blackthorn bonus gifts per tier. And so not all of the gifts are shown here. Like, for example, there's a Knight's Assistant NPC. There are some really cool gifts, really cool rewards you can get. But trust me, the second main reason I upgrade is so I can name an NPC. You get a tombstone way down here if you're like an ancestor, and that's pretty cool. But I wanted an NPC named after whatever I wanted, and I chose the name Melkalmur. But the developers tried their best, did anything to make sure I did not get my NPC named in the game. They told me to go on down to here and look and wait for a thread to be posted so I can reply to that thread that gets locked very shortly after it's posted. I've yet to see one of those threads open in the time I was asking, can I please name an NPC? They always told me, oh no, you must have missed them. And then I was told that many people haven't had their custom NPCs in the game yet. So I didn't feel too left out. I was like, oh, many people? Oh, okay, that's cool. But what's not cool is their repeated ignoring of my request of just naming an NPC. It takes 5-10 minutes, dude. Are you literally telling me that $400, and trust me, I'm more than 400. I'm in the 750 plus range. Are you telling me $750 is not enough money to spend 5 minutes naming an NPC Melkalmur? So they've not kept this promise. And I declare negative karma will fall upon this game 1,000,000-fold. Or maybe just 1-fold. Maybe an unmeasurable amount of bad karma will fall on this game, if it hasn't already, because I'm not the only person who they've withheld the naming of a character. But I've asked many times, had multiple dialogues about naming a character. They assured me I would have the opportunity. I've been rejected time and time again. Over a year have I waited. And this is 2013. You got to understand. This is back in 2013 when I kickstarted it. 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've waited 4 years to even see an inkling of any of these 2 specific promises I specifically upgraded for. The naming of an NPC, they have zero desire. Portalarium, the Shroud of the Avatar team, other than Richard Garriott, who's a nice guy. But being a nice guy doesn't matter when the words fade away into nothingness. I would like a team member to confirm to me personally. Rasmus@gmail.com, twitter.com/Rasmus, Rasmus on the forums. I would like a developing team member of Shroud of the Avatar Portalarium to personally confirm to me that Melcolmer, M-E-L... I don't even know how to pronounce it. Melcolmer.com. Is that how you pronounce it? Melcolmer. I think that's how you pronounce it, right there. Melkolmur. So that is the name of the NPC I would like. I wanted him to be like a male guard or a shopkeeper. I even had dialogue written all up. I gave it to the guys. I guarantee they ignored it 5 seconds after I gave it to them. Because a year has gone by, all right? 12 months has gone by. They have zero desire to fulfill that request. Confirm to me. Otherwise, I'm probably going to make 10 more videos like this. 10 more videos. No joke, no lie. And I'm going to be streaming live on Twitch pretty soon in the IRL section. And I'm going to be doing what I do on youtube.com/hoaxhunter. So on youtube.com/hoaxhunter, that's my main channel. If it's a little quiet, I was a little far from the microphone. This is my main channel. 5,100 subs. I really appreciate the subs. I really appreciate it. I bust hoaxes. I'm also an occult researcher. But I have to admit, it's a hoax. If they're not going to make good on the promises. Name an NPC. And the $100 virtual collector, which I upgraded to collector, or at one point I was a citizen, which is way up here. At one point I was 500, and then I upgraded to knight. But I guarantee you, my first upgrade was 100% motivated by this promise right here. Get your own family crest for display on your shield, tabard, and house flag, made from a customized customized image uploaded by you. Submitted art, subject to developer approval, was approved 2 times on 2 separate occasions. Spent many, many hours creating it, and they lost it. Well, I can email it to you. I still have it. I still have all the masters of all of my artworks. So you can't say you lost it, because I still have it. And I'll show it in the next video where I talk about this very subject. I'm not holding my breath of you people ever answering me. But you can guarantee that I'm going to be talking about the pledge promises made circa 2013 Kickstarter Royal Founder Pledger John Rasmus here. Thank you for watching. I apologize if it's been a little loud, but you know, when you roll over and play dead, nothing gets done. When you say, hey, here's a promise you didn't keep, could you please try to maybe keep this? Nothing gets done. So sometimes you got to be bold, and you got to say, hey, fulfill this promise, do it. I've waited 4 years. That's pretty patient. I've specifically waited 12 months after you promised me I would get a custom NPC named in the game. 12 months have come and gone. After waiting 3 years before those 12 months. So you got to understand, I waited 3 years patiently. And then I asked a year ago, after waiting 3 years patiently, and they said, oh yeah. Actually, what they said initially was, And then I asked Richard Garriott. He was really nice. But being really nice doesn't get things done. Getting things done gets things done. Actually doing something gets things done. So I'm really not holding my breath. I'm going to be making more videos until these things are done. The whole sole purpose of making these videos is to let the Portalarium Shroud of the Avatar team know that these complaints are going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. Ha ha ha, hilarious. Until you make good on my 800 plus pledges. You have my money. The services haven't been rendered. I don't have the goods. custom NPC right there. It can be seen. I'm going to leave the link to this archived website in the description of this video. And the custom Family Crest. This has been John Rasmus with Rasmus Gaming. Be seeing you.